Hello folks, welcome to episode 7 of our 9th season here at RFC Liege, and something has happened that has never happened before. Last game of the season, and it's comfortable. We can't even change position. It is glorious. Yeah, that's right. We are in 12th. It is a beautiful mid-table place. 40 points after 33 games, which is the biggest number of points that we have managed to get ever in this league, which is brilliant. And we picked up another win since last time, so all in all it is looking very good. So as you can see, we had played Standard, got a very good draw at home against Standard, which you all enjoyed, I'm sure. And then we've just played Kortrijk, who I hope to get a little bit more out of. You can see we held them for the 90 minutes and conceded late on. That was, a little bit annoying. I felt we might have got something more out of it or just had a draw, but, it wasn't to be. We lost the game. And then against STVV, I was frustrated here because we went 2-0 down. We played quite well, but as you can see, Nanar got back into the game 2-1, and we were pushing for an equaliser, didn't quite make it, so lost those 2 games, and so it's a fairly poor March. But we played Oostend, which was very nice. They were bottom of the league or second bottom or something like that. We won 3-1. Mayenga with a goal. Yeah, Untermack, and Ignacio scores his goal. That will be Ignacio's last goal for the club. He's not going to be coming back. It just hasn't worked for whatever reason. I did have the opportunity to sign him on a free, but I've tried him pretty much everywhere. So 8 and 7 goals for the number of games he's playing. Is that a good enough return? I'm not sure. So we're going to try and find what else is out there. We'll try and bring Untermack back. I think he's done all right. He's a solid player. We'll see if we can bring him back. It's maybe a little bit expensive, but he has scored 8 goals in, I think, slightly fewer games. So that's not too bad. No assists though, which is a little bit frustrating. It'd just be nice to get somebody who could score some goals. That's the plan. I think this team with a goal scorer would be quite good, but finding the goal scorer has been tough. Anyway, 3-1 win. It was a late own goal from Ponte, 93rd minute. Not too bad. And we're playing Gent in the final game of the season. Doesn't mean anything. It is utterly brilliant. As you can see, we sit on 12th. If Fazlan Beveren win their game, they get nowhere near us. If we win our game, well, we can catch up OHL, but they have to lose quite spectacularly, or we have to win quite spectacularly, or somewhere in between, and that's not going to happen. We're not going to have a 9-goal swing. Actually, it's not on goal difference, is it? No, if we win that, we will go, and I think then it's on goal difference, so it's still no difference made. It's between Oostend and Beerschot as to who will be dropping into that bottom position. Oostend are going to be put away at STVV. Tough game. Beerschot are home against Kortrijk, and they could potentially overtake Liege, who are sitting there they're playing Zultvargem, so that's not the hardest game for them. So that's a possibility for Liege to get out of that. Let's have a look at the division below, just to give you an idea of who's going to be coming up. Well, pretty damn clear who's going to be coming up. It's going to be Cercle Bruges. They've blitzed the league, as you might expect them to. Mouscron look like they're heading in the other direction, which is crazy considering they were a top division club not so long ago. So we may well be losing Oostend, and it will be there. Yeah, they haven't been that low down for a while, so that's a big loss for the league. Potentially Beerschot as well, who I don't think they've been down and around, but they haven't dropped out of the league for a good many years. So potentially there could be some interesting changes in the league. So let's do this thing. We are going to play Gent. We're going to be bringing in some of the youngsters on the bench. So the team I'm going to go with is Ignacio and Untermack. Nana's on the right. Delanoy is back in there. We're bringing in Fadiga with El Moussaoui. Don't know about whether I bring him back or not. I don't know if we need to with Ponte, with Jacquot in there. The back line is Koida, Cisse, Ponte and Mayanga with Gofan in goal. We put De Vos on the bench, Boito and Labrie all to potentially get some game time in this final game of the season against Gent. So let's go out, let's see what we can do here. I think next season, again, we are going to be still trying to push this side to be a little bit better. I think up front certainly is an area for improvement. Centre of midfield, we need to look at that again. I think we need to remove some of the deadwood now, some of the youngsters who haven't quite made it. I've been trying to do that and no one seems to want them. A bit of a clear out, I think, is required, and bring in some fresh faces. And also some of the youngsters who are coming through the youth system, because there are some cracking players in there as well who aren't getting their chance at the minute because the squad's too big. We'll start on cautious, we'll go demand more, and just try and keep it tight at the back as they just play it over the Cisse. I mean, he's the biggest boy we've got in the whole club, and he's losing headers. It's not what I like to see. Another ball in, exactly the same. And this one's gone over as well. And that one time it was Ponte who missed the header. Our two centre-backs. So it's going to the right people, but they're not actually getting it in the back of the net. That is pretty abysmal. That's got to be offside, surely. I mean, the ball out from Gofan was horrific. No, we're not offside. So Gofan, what are you doing, mate? You try and find that guy? I mean, yeah, I'm glad it doesn't really matter because that was terrible. Very, very poor start to this. They've absolutely dominated us. We're going to go on balance because we're not doing very well playing defensively against Gent. Maybe we can pick something out. Do not try that again. He's tried the same bloody ball again. What are you doing, man? What is that? You're supposed to be playing it out from the back, not whatever the hell you're doing there. What are you doing there, man? Oh, where is that? I can't bloody find it. Distribute to the centre back. Right, we'll give it the full backs as well. Maybe that's what's called. I'm not seeing that. That's a new issue that we're having. But what was? I mean, the two centre backs split. He could have played it to either of them. That one there. And he tries to play to that guy, and yeah, and there's no one on him because the centre backs were waiting for the ball. There's only one person to blame for both of those goals, and it's the goalkeeper. What was that? What was it? Right, El Massawi makes a header. It's Campos. Well, it's a weak end to the season by the look of it, but. I mean, it makes me wonder, is the goalkeeper an area for improvement? We do have Fernandez coming through, and he has had a few games, didn't look too bad. I mean, you've got to wonder about the decision-making of someone who thinks that doing it not once but twice is a good idea. Oh, it's a beautiful bit of defensive work there. Mayanga, nope. I thought we were going to find someone, but the left back there has been skinned, and it's over there. So, wow, not great so far. We are on shoot on sight already. That's great. Let's go slightly wider, and we'll go more expressive because it's not working what we're doing at the minute. I mean, it's amazing. The two goals we have conceded are from really poor mistakes. Everything else hasn't gone in for them. So it's not brilliant. We're not having a lot of chances, not having a lot of shots. Possession-wise, it's not going well. That's it. You've been terrible. Not happy defensively. Not happy. I'm not happy with the finishing. There's been nothing that's been good so far. I wonder if we go like that. I'm going to bring on Masec as the first change. He's Delanoy, someone who's done really well in the second half of the season. He just has not been at the races today at all. Right, that's not working either. Maybe play as an advanced forward, a little bit further up with Ignacio. Should we go advanced forward poacher? Sort of quite a high line there. Koida, I don't have anyone to bring off for him. Well, you have got Masech on, but I don't think that's a good idea. Yeah, I'll bring Jacques on because I've not been happy with El Moussaoui either. See if there's more to be brought through from the team. It's brilliant, isn't it? Absolutely dreadful. No. Oh, I didn't mean to man mark. I thought that was closing him down. Come on, Untermack. We have got the ball here. It's Fadiga into Nana. Untermack. It's back to Jacques. Can he prove why I've got him on the pitch? Well, he did find the pass. Let's not be too harsh. And the defender there, it's awful. He gets skinned. Can't deal with someone running at him. And this has been the worst we've done in a while. So, yeah, well done for coming back for that. At least it doesn't matter. Well, Fadiga's been terrible. So let's bring on De Vos, the youngster. But yeah, I guess sometimes it's maybe the pressure's off, something like that. I don't really know. But this has not been the players that I'm being used to seeing. There's a lot of mistakes in them, and Gofan with some curious Masech there just doesn't run for the ball. And you know, things like this, you look at it and you think, well, actually, what I was saying earlier, we look all right apart from up front, or maybe not really when we're giving away this many chances. Maybe there's a little bit more to think about there. And I wonder whether a little bit, I mean, at the back we do seem quite vulnerable to people running at us and just beating us. And I wonder whether that's something that I need to think about why that is. I mean, our Cisse, I thought Cisse was a fairly agile player. He is. He's got good physical attributes. He's big, tall, strong, agile. He's exactly the sort of player who should be able to deal with that. So I don't know why he's not capable. Jumping reach of 17 and heading of 14. You think that guy wouldn't lose to anybody, but he is. And then Ponte, not quite as good, but still physically and mentally a decent player. His agility could be better, and maybe that's a thing. But as a centre-back pair, I certainly wouldn't think that they would be that vulnerable to being run at. And I mean, is it about having them not playing the same role? Maybe one playing one role and one playing another. Is that what we should be doing? I'm not quite sure what makes them vulnerable in that way. Okay, well, that's it. We have finished. It's a disappointing loss, but doesn't matter really, because we have finished a record high points tally of 40 points. I'm not going to discuss that. It was hardly a decent performance for our fans. There's no one there anyway. Gent, comfortable victors. They're sixth in the league. I mean, they're a better team than us, but they made us look like a third division side. Right then, folks. Well, I'm not going to worry about the end of season awards because that's a mile away. But let's just have a little quick dip into the team, and you see where the quality has been. So start off with an average rating. It's Cisse who's had the highest average rating, and Gofan, despite that terribleness. So maybe it's just a poor game. He's got low eccentricity. His first touch is terrible. Look at that. It's really not great. But kicking of 11, decisions of 15. Why was he playing that ball? Does not make any sense. Twice. I mean, the pass, he's not got the vision, so he's not going to see necessarily a right pass. But when that's next to him, I wouldn't have thought there would be an issue. And just say, do goalkeepers have technique? Yeah, technical attributes there, so 6. I've never actually noticed this down here. So maybe that's the problem. He's going for balls that he shouldn't do. But then with the decision of 15, he should. It is more likely to pick out the right ball for his ability. So I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think. Was that just an aberration, really? But Cisse, he looks like he should be player of the season. He's done well, considering he was at the start of the season not first choice. So he has worked his way into probably the top defender at the club, which is awesome. Really, really happy with Cisse. Nana, look at that. He has properly announced himself this season. He had a good season last year, 28 games. He's played a few more games, but he's got those assists, hasn't he? And a few goals as well. So he's 6 goals and 13 assists now in his career, 60 games. So we have got a good right-sided midfielder. Let's have a look at the goals. You see Untermack with 9 goals, Ignacio with 7. But then fairly nice behind that, the likes of Delanoy and Nana, 6 and 5, Masec 3, and then the goals, a few other players with goals, but not a lot of players scoring goals for the club. Look at the XG. Is that per game? No, is that total XG? Wow. I mean, I don't know what other people get for that, but that seems quite low, creating very few chances. I mean, the tackles, it's Jacques Watt who has done that, and he has proved himself as well. I think he doesn't really have the tackling attribute, and maybe they need to work on that a little bit more, but certainly for me, he is now... I don't think we need El Moussaoui. I think we can let him go and we can bring through someone else like Saidi or someone. Use those wages more wisely. So some really, really great players. In terms of loan players that we had at the club, well, Remy Pernin, he's not going to be at the club next year. Don't understand why it didn't work. He looks brilliant, but it hasn't worked. So he's not going to be here next year. Ignacio won't be here next year. Untermack, we are going to try and sign up. I think give him another year and potentially with a different partner. As I say, El Moussaoui won't be here. Van Zwam is an interesting one. Started the season very well, but ended the season on the bench. So do we need to keep hold of him, or what should we look elsewhere? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Lots and lots to do, lots to think about in preparation for the new season. I think we will certainly be looking to bring some players in, 3 or 4 players on loan. I'll be looking to bring some of the youth players through as well. You can see there's some real improvements going on with our youth players. We'll have a little look at these first 3 because they are certainly improving. Chris van der Hoek, who is a striker. He's not looking that great at the minute, I have to be honest. But he's 32 goals. He's playing as a target man. He's really strong. I mean, it gives us another option, doesn't it? A target man up there, decent heading, strong, tall. It's not what we've been playing with, so is that an option? Alexander Prost, who again is going up crazily, very, very fast. We've got a lot of pacey wingers. He got some attributes coming up here, so we'll be looking at that with interest. He's a little bit early, I think, in his development, but he looks like he's going to be good. And in theory, he's going to be a good player, but another one of those central midfielders. You can see this guy is going to be good, can't you? He's already looking quite spectacular, and I think give him a couple of years, he will be pushing Jacques Watt in that spot, possibly the spot next to him. Maybe that will be the partnership theory in Jacques Watt. We will see. He's pretty damn tall as well. Look at that jumping reach of 15, so get a bit more height in that team. I think that would be nice to see. A little bit more height throughout the team. I think early on we were quite a small side, but now I think we are getting better. So let's just finish on this. This is kind of where we are versus the rest of the league. You can see now, height-wise, we are just a little bit above average, so that's good. We are quite lightweight, but then you look at the likes of these other things, which don't really matter, international wages, those sort of things, don't matter about that. Right, let's have a look at the goalkeeper. Actually, the goalkeeper's pretty good. That's not bad. That's pretty pleasing. I think we've got... So goalkeeper looks like a position we don't need to work with too much. Defence. So we're quite pacey for the league, but strength is a problem. Heading. The average is 11.35, so we're not miles away from that. It depends who we've got. I need to have a look at that because I think we've got some tall players, but it's surprising. We must have a few real titchy players in the side. And it would be nice to get some of these things up. This is why we're struggling, isn't it? Wow. So, midfield, that's why we're struggling. Technically, all the things that are going to make a good pass, that's why we're where we are. We've got some pace up top, and that was important. A decent finishing in comparison to some, but yeah, we are way behind, I think. So I think physically, not bad. Mentally, way behind. And technically, way behind. What's this? Marking. We've got okay marking and okay finishing. Yeah, okay. I should have done that earlier, but we can really see what the problem is. Anyway, folks, I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, hit that like button. Please subscribe if you are new and come back for Season 10. I'm going to try and push some of these things a little bit up. We're going to be maybe clearing out some players, bring in some players. Sounds good, I think. See you then. Goodbye.